Wouldn't it be great if there was a list of RV items that would make your life less stressful and more enjoyable if you were just getting started in this lifestyle, or if you're thinking about getting started in this lifestyle? We wish we would have known about these things when we first got started. I'm James.
I'm Stephanie.
And we are Sea Salt and Pine. And we decided almost 2 years ago to go full-time in this RV and travel around the country and make content. What we're going to do in today's video, we're actually going to make a list for you of our RV must-haves. And our hope is that this list of items helps you as a RV newbie, or if you're thinking about getting into this lifestyle. We're hoping this list can help you because, again, it would have helped us. All right, before we get started, a couple of things. If you would just do us a quick favor and just give this video a like, that really helps the channel, and it also tells other people that may need this content. It'll get that video in front of them. And then if you wouldn't mind subscribing, we would love to have you. If you do like this kind of content, it'll let you know every time we post something. So, okay. What else?
Okay, so yes. So the list that we're about to give you is not a basic list. It's above a basic. So it's not going to be like sewer hose, water hose. We think that those are like things that you just know you're going to need to have those things. So these are items that are going to be like right above that.
Exactly. So another way would, I guess, to say it for somebody who maybe not know is when you buy your RV from a dealer or something like that, we're not talking about items that may come with your RV. We're talking about items that you're probably going to have to purchase separately, but still these are considered must-haves to make your journey
less stressful.
Less stressful. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Here we go. Everything we talk about today, there are going to be links down in the description so that you can go and purchase these if you would like. Okay, we're gonna break these down into different sections, and the first one we're going to talk about is water. Arguably the most important part of RVing. Without water, you basically can't do anything in your RV. So, with that being said, the first item on the list is going to be a water pressure regulator. All right, you do not want to RV without a water pressure regulator because the pipes in your RV can only withstand a certain amount of pressure before they will bust, okay? So we think it's important to have an RV pressure regulator hooked up to your system so that you can keep your RV pipes safe. All right, next up on the list is an RV water flow meter or a water flow meter, okay? The reason why this is important is because you want to regulate, again, the water coming into your RV. So I'll show you exactly what this is and then I'll explain. This little device right here is the RV flow meter hooked onto the end of the hose. What this does is it tells you how many gallons are coming into your tank. So you can hook this up to your black tank or your fresh tank. Now, we keep this hooked up to our black tank. We keep this hooked up to our black tank so that we can tell how many gallons we're flushing into the black tank every time we empty it so that we don't overflow our toilet, which has happened to us. That's why that item is important. So water flow meter, must have on our list. All right, next up, we got to talk about power, all right? Probably the second most important thing when you're talking RV must-haves. All right, let's talk about a surge protector, okay? Specifically an RV surge protector. Now, you just spent thousands of dollars on this beautiful RV that you just bought. You want to make sure you're protecting your investment, and you have to do that by making sure you have at least an RV surge protector. Let's check it out. What you do is you hook this up to the pedestal and you can see that it indicates whether your connection is actually good to go and protects the power coming into your RV. So this is an absolute must-have. Next thing on the list is going to be power adapters, because you're not always going to pull into every situation having the same exact power situation. So what do I mean by power adapters? These things right here. Some people also call them dog bones as well. But basically what you're looking at here is our RV is a 50 amp RV, okay? Which is that plug right there. Now, what happens with these is you plug these into the other end of your power source, okay? And then they adapt down or up, depending on your situation, to the next size. This would be a 30 amp connector. And then I could also dog bone this one in to 30 amp and go all the way down to 15 amp. So like a household connection. So these are very important, and you've got to have these for certain situations. Okay, we just talked about power adapters and surge protectors. But what happens when you're not at a campground and you need power? Or what happens when you're at the campground and the power goes out, but you still need power? Well, that's where something like this comes in. You're gonna need a generator, in our opinion, okay? There are other options like solar, but for us, a generator is the cheaper option, especially for beginners. And this is the one we went with. This is the Harbor Freight model, the Predator, 3500, okay? I would absolutely recommend not going lower than 3,500 watts on any RV, just because this is gonna give you about the minimum that you're gonna wanna need to power most things in your RV. Now, this is not gonna power everything in your RV at the same time, but this will get you by when you need power, okay? Now, if I could do it over again, would this be the unit I would buy? The answer is no. This is a great unit, and it has been wonderful for us, but I would have went with a dual fuel source unit rather than this. Let me explain. This only runs off of gasoline, okay? Because of that, it limits our ability to use it most effectively. If we would have got a dual fuel source, we could run it on either gasoline or propane. And that makes it much more effective in different situations, depending on where you're at and what you're doing. So I'll put a link to one that I would recommend in the description below. Okay, now we're gonna move into safety items, okay? And this is really actually more specifically dealing with tires, but there's gonna be one item on this list that's not really specifically tires and not really specifically safety, but I'm gonna throw it in this category anyway. Okay, first thing on this list is a tire pressure monitoring system, okay? You need this, okay? I don't care what nobody says, you gotta have a tire pressure monitoring system for your RV, okay? You might have one installed on your truck if you have a towable rig, then your truck might already have those installed, okay? But you need something to be able to read tire pressure on your RV tires, because the last thing you want going down the road is for something to happen with a tire and you not know about it. Too many times we have seen or heard about people that have had these issues while traveling down the highway, and they had no idea they had a tire blowout or at least a flat or something like that. And people were trying to wave them down and tell them, hey, you got a flat tire, you got a blowout. That's not what you want. This item specifically, the Tire Minder i10, is the one we would recommend, okay? This is what we got off of Amazon. It little pricey, okay, but you can't put a price on safety, in our opinion. This allows you to hook, I believe, up to 10 sensors up to it. So we hooked them up to every tire on our truck, which is a dually. So that's 6 tires on the truck. and also 4 tires on the 5th wheel. So now when we're driving down the highway, we can monitor every single tire while we're driving. It monitors temperature and it monitors pressure for you. So this can alert you when the temperature starts to drop. It can also alert you when the temperature, or I don't know if I said that wrong. It can alert you when the pressure starts to drop or the pressure starts to get too high. And that's probably because the temperature has risen too high also. So it'll alert you when the temperature rises above a certain point. That at least allows you to pull over and check the problem. So you got to have one of these. Okay, next up for tires is going to be the RVer air compressor system for RVs. There are many air compressor systems out there on the market. I would go with the RVer system. Why? Well, let me show you the system itself. It's going to come with the air compressor itself, which hooks up to your battery, which is a high capacity air compressor, by the way, which allows you to go to, I think, 120 PSI. Okay. It's also going to come with the handle, which you then hook up your accessories to. Love this one specifically because that end right there has the double end, and that works beautifully for dually trucks. When you're trying to get to the inner tire to put pressure in that one, this end right here is beautiful. And then what you're gonna get with this unit specifically for the RV, you're gonna get a hose that will allow you 60 feet of length. So there's another one inside this bag right here, so you can double them. And this allows you to easily get the entire length of your RV, so you don't have to keep moving your air compressor. This unit is awesome and has never failed us. And lastly, I'll just say this. Because it's high capacity, it allows you to fill up your tires that much faster, okay? And when you're trying to just get out of an RV site or get off the side of the road, the last thing you want is something that's going to keep you there for 10 minutes trying to air up one tire. Okay, this thing's going to get the job done in so much less time, a much more efficient way. So the RVer air compressor for RVs, you got to have it. All right, next up, 4 tires is the Trailer Aid by Camco. All right, last thing you need when you blow a tire or you need to change a tire when you're rolling down the highway and you're on the side of the road is to be fiddling around for a long period of time, like I said before, right? Now you could use a jack to just jack up your RV and change the tire, but we believe that anything that makes your life that much faster and simpler when you're in an emergency situation like that is worth it. This product, in our opinion, is the way to go because it makes it that much quicker and simpler. Let me explain what the Trailer Aid is designed to do. Now, this is specifically designed for tandem axle trailers. Okay, so if your RV has 2 axles, okay, what it's designed to do is you put this under the non-affected tire and you just drive the RV up on top of it to elevate the tire that is affected, and that allows you to change that tire. What a beautiful thing to have when you're in an emergency situation on the side of the road. It's lightweight, easy to carry, and not that expensive. Now, I would still recommend having a jack, okay, which you should have with your unit, but this just makes it that much faster. Okay, next on the list, doesn't really fit in any real category like tires or anything like that, but absolutely essential because you want to protect your investment once again. So we're talking about the bug screens for your RV, okay? You want to put one on your water heater, and you also want to put one on your furnace. The reason why is because you have bugs that like to make nests inside of here, which can really cause problems inside of these units. And if that happens, it can either cause a fire, which you really don't want, or it can end up to where you have to replace the unit because of bugs. So get yourself some bug screen protectors. Okay, next up on the list, again, doesn't have any category, but essential as far as we're concerned. I don't know about you, but I like my shoes, okay? And dumping out your gray water and your black water can be really nasty and disgusting. But there's one way to combat that, and that's with this Valterra gate valve that you put on the outside of your sewer pipe, okay? This is a beautiful thing because it just installs right on the outside of your sewer pipe right here, just by twisting on. And it gives you an extra gate valve that by pulling and closing allows you to close off that water flow. Okay, if you haven't RV'd before, let me explain what happens. If you don't have this gate on the outside and you pull off the black cap that goes on the outside, you're always going to have leakage every single time you pull it off. And so I recommend having this gate valve if you like your shoes at all. Have the Valterra gate valve.
Okay, so before I move on to the next item, I do need to let you guys know that we are not sponsored by any company that we have talked about. So now that that is out of the way, to me, the most important thing that you need is a good mattress, because the mattresses that come with the RV are horrible. So we decided to go with Brooklyn Bedding because they make RV size mattresses and they came highly recommended. And now we know why, because they were a great company to work with. So we actually ended up not loving our first mattress through them and ended up having to do that process of returning that mattress and then getting another one. And it was seamless. When I tell you, like, it was the easiest thing to do, it really was. And we were in an RV park when we had to do it. So I definitely would recommend them because they come in different sizes, different densities, depending if you want more firm or less firm. And just the convenience of having it delivered to wherever you are, even if you're in a park somewhere, was just fantastic. So definitely need a good mattress. Okay, so what is your biggest enemy when you're living in an RV? It is moisture. You do not want excessive moisture in your RV because water is just bad. So we decided to combat that with DampRid. There are multiple ways that you can combat that. I know some people do dehumidifiers, but we just wanted DampRid because we wanted to put one in every single room, which we do use them in every single room, and we wanted them to be disposable. So we picked up this unit and then we just refill the tablets when it needs to be changed out. And as you can see, it is working. There is a lot of moisture buildup. Okay, so the next product I'm going to talk about is going to prevent you from putting a bunch of holes in your RV, because that's really not something that you want to do. So the next thing that we recommend are command hooks and command strips. And it just makes it easier to put whatever you want to decorate, or if you need to hold jackets. We have these also in every single room and we use them for multiple purposes. So it's definitely a good thing to have. To keep from putting any holes in your wall, and it does a great job holding things up, because as many miles as we put on this RV, nothing has come down. So I would definitely recommend them. Okay, so the next item is the space heater. So I know everybody's like, well, why do you need a space heater? We have a furnace. So we have found that the space heater alleviates some of the stress off the furnace, so you're not burning through as much propane. And I do know also that some units have fireplaces, but the fireplace is usually just warm, like that central area that the fireplace is in. So we like the space heater because it helps us warm up some of the spaces that don't get as warm as the other spaces. So specifically our daughter's room. So our daughter's room, we found when we were in colder temperatures, did not warm up like the rest of the rig did. So it definitely helped keep her room warm when we were in colder temperatures. This specific model we like because it has a temperature set. So you can set the temperature that you want the room to remain in, and it just turns on and off automatically when it reaches that temperature. It also is oscillating, and it does come with a remote as well. So nobody plans to be in colder temperatures. Trust me, I do not like the cold, but we have found ourselves where we did end up having to be in colder temperatures for a period of time, and this was definitely a lifesaver.
All right, guys, so that's the list. We really hope this list helps you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. We really truly believe that these items are things that you must have in order to have a stress-free, successful, easygoing RV lifestyle. And so if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you think we missed anything that would be on your list that's a must-have, please comment down below, because that helps everybody else out as well. And once again, please feel free to like the video if you love the content, and subscribe so that you don't miss another video. So stay tuned for more. We'll talk to you guys again. Bye.